think we're good. Cool. Sweet. Welcome everyone to a night out on the DL. We are on session 80. It's a lot of sessions, so we're gonna scale it back and call it Act 3, Episode 2. How about that? Title of this episode is Dying, Dash, or Die. I hope you guys are excited as I am. Death is imminent, I believe, for most of you, maybe all of you, maybe none of you. Depends on what you guys decide to do. Bit of a recap from last session. We had the three amigos plus Oxy meet up with the king to discuss, I guess, exactly what happened to Xanro's father after some Arcana magic checking and a variety of other things. You guys have discovered, at least in your own minds, that the king is the perpetrator for Xanro's father's current condition. And you guys were able to then go into the Mage Tower and find Lando's brother, Alcazar, who is the head of the Mage Tower, who is also cousins with the king. And Lando is a cousin of the king. Through that, you guys made some friends within the Mage Tower. Calandril kind of helped Xanril figure out kind of what's going on with his father and the curse magic and the length of time it seems his father may or may not be alive for. And Oxy was the star of the show, stealing everybody's eyes away from Millie Bays so he could cast his Arcana checks and swoo the crowds, smooth things over, as they say. Then through the night, they decided to go to sleep, and upon them waking up, we get back to our boy Biggin, who is fucked up, for lack of a better term. Not in HP, just in normal life skills. And he no longer
In
has
normal
his
life skills.
yeah, he no longer has
Typical.
his staff. He's all burned and shriveled and wrinkly, raisiny as the term was, I think, last session. And his twin niece and nephew, are missing. He contacts Garfield, thinking Garfield's pulled a fuckery on him, and finds out someone else pulled a fuckery on him in the guise of Garfield. Using his disguise person, as he can, or disguise self, I think is what the spell's actually called, he was able to make his way into town and catch up with the Griang by disguising himself as one of Hexluck's employees, delivering a message to their proprietor Xanro. After making up with the group, he pleads for aid, but continues to try to keep his disguise or invisibility up. Upon meeting up with the group, Millie Bays and Xandril and Lando and Biggin all decide to go check the king out one more time while Biggin is invisible. Upon checking him one more time, you guys do not detect magic from. Sorry, you detect a lot of magic from him. Apologies, I skipped a step. You detect a lot of magic from him, items and the like, and then you go back to talk to Alcazar, who has assured you that he has no magic. And then you guys decide to go to the party that Lando was invited to, and he brings the whole crew because he doesn't want to be there alone to meet his long lost family. However, the issue becomes that Alcazar cannot teleport things that he's not seen before, and possibly non humanoid ish, flesh y creatures. My sister's calling me. I will call her back later. And with some quick thinking, Millie Bays offers him a sick ride to get to the party instead of teleporting. And Biggin changes as a invisible man, changes into a giant elk. You guys make it to the party, and Xanril gets teleported. They're much earlier. And during this time, Xanril is kind of hanging out with the king. He's up here talking to everybody, and he does a detect magic spell based off a ring that Billy Bays gave him. And he finds that the king has no magic outside of a single ring that he notices on his finger that was not there previously. What that could be, God only knows. As you guys make your way there, it takes you guys about an hour 45. And Okay. Yeah. So while making your guys' way there, you guys make it to the party, and as Biggin's big ass elk body rambles on forward, alarms start to ring. And as you guys get close, a row of 15 guards appear before you. That's where we'll get into it. The guards say, "Halt! Halt! 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 Who goes there? Who goes there? Who's liking to join this party?"
Some welcome.
The alarm bells be ringing. Who's here for the party? And then Alcazar's like, "Well, that would be me. Alcazar, cousin of the king, head of the mage tower. This is my newfound brother Lando. Lando, say hi."
Hello.
You see Alcazar start sweating bullets, looking at Lando like, "What? Wait, was he?" You see his mind just now like going over in like a rapid succession, like, and he's lost now. He's like, and his friend, I don't remember his name. I'm so lost right now. What just happened?
I'm a friend of the royalty, I thought. Geez, and I'm gonna back off a little bit. I thought you said you had an invitation.
I do. I don't know what happened. And the guards go, "Well, well, well, someone seems to be casting magic abound somewhere around here. Uninvited?
Excuse me, is magic not allowed at the party?
Not unless the king grants it passage. So who's casting the magic here?"
Well, you see, my machine here has some magical components. Perhaps the king could allow my robot friend to partake at the party?
You see all 15 of them crane their heads back to look at the king. King Leon says, "Ah, yes, Millie Bays. Oxy, yes, you are more than welcome. Come on in. The water's just fine." And so the group of wondrous dwarves part, allow you to pass.
I'm gonna say I don't believe this passage will be big enough for my other friends. You may want to make some more room.
Well, we haven't determined if the other one hasn't been casting magic. And they reform ranks.
Is he talking about me?
Yeah. And they're like, "Alcazar, we trust you. You are more than welcome to come through." And Alcazar says, "Oh, okay, sounds good." And he makes his way on and down. And he's kind of looking at you, Landy, like, "Don't blow it. You got this." Walks around. They're like, well. Look what we have here. The brother of Alcazar and cousin of the king. Yep, 15 Arcana. What you looking for?
So I'm feeling pretty magical, I guess.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I mean, you're always feeling magical, Lando.
Okay. I guess I don't know what to say. I mean, I'm a dwarf, man. I'm one of you homies. Why are you being so mean for?
The king is here with his family. We cannot let anyone with a supposedly bloodline in for free without checking them against.
Supposedly.
We have no record.
It was that guy you just let by who did it. You trust him, right? Like I'm all good. I don't know what else you want me to tell you. I have no idea.
And they all turn to Alcazar. "Alcazar, is he trustworthy and true to not having any magic upon his body?"
I'm picturing though all 15 of them are saying that though at the same time.
Yes,
so it's just like a chorus of voices.
Yes, 100%. There is no single dwarven like guard here that speaks without the rest of them speaking with them.
Right, it's just one entity of 15 voices.
Correct. They all sound the same too. It's very off-putting.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
And then Alcazar's like, "Well, yeah, Lando's not magical himself, he's good at detecting magic stuff somehow. I don't. And he looks over at Millie Base. Do you know how? I don't know how. Anyways, yeah, he does. He's got magical items, but he's not here to fight, right, Lando? You're not here to fight.
Nope.
Okay, yeah. And they're like, oh, well, if Alcazar says so, we shall part way.
I want to roll a deception on that though, just to make sure that they know that I'm. There is a chance I could be lying
Sure.
when I say no. Fuck, I'm not.
And they were like, wait, hold on just a minute. You could harm the king, perhaps. Why would you harm the king as a cousin of the king, huh? Are you aiming for the throne?
No. Why would I? Do I look like I want to be a king?
Maybe you'll want the regal bearing and dress of a king with the way that you look.
And I just gesture at myself, when I say that. I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything regal. I don't look regal. I'm still probably covered in blood.
You're not covered in blood, right? Are you? I guess.
That's true.
I don't think so.
I might still be.
Maybe. None of us really know when it's just a perpetual state for Orlando, I feel. They're like, King, your orders, sir? And the king's like, yeah, let him in. If he was trying to hurt me, he could have done that earlier. He's fine. And you just see, for those of you that are, a little bit closer, so Millie, I guess, in your case, and Xanro, the king just looks, so tired of this. It seems like this is not, the first time this has happened. He's just so tired of this.
He's like, why did I enact the royal decree to force all my guards to speak simultaneously?
For him, that's the funny part of this. The irritation is just this happens every time somebody comes that he doesn't know fully. Every fucking time, and it pisses him off. So yeah, you may enter, Sir Lando. Now what is this steed here?
Oh, this is the magical elk that I was gifted through a favor. You see, I thought that we would make a nice grand entrance, but and not be impeded. So I do have special instructions for caring for this beast. I assure you, it's very calm, and if it needs something, it'll inform me in some way. I'm not sure how, but the handler was very clear about the instructions for caring for this beast.
They all, of course, right? Because this is how they are. They all look at you and say, "If he is a magical beast, send him forth. We shall not have beast not under the control of the king at this party."
Yes, excuse me. I'm gonna awkwardly try and squeeze between them to go get Big In to another place where we can reconvene and figure something out.
I just allow myself to be led because I know I'm running out of time.
Yeah.
You've got maybe 5 minutes left. This whole charade took a very long time.
Yeah,
for
so
no
book
reason.
it. Just book it in a direction.
Yeah,
I just kind of look at him and I just wander back the way we came, and just kind of get out of sight of everyone.
And as soon as Millie Bays and Biggin run off, you hear another set of alarms from everybody that's here, and then they stop again once they're clear of sight. They're like, well, it seems that magical elk was the problem once for all. Ha ha ha! We have done good by the king, and they disperse.
God damn.
I wonder if I should just randomly walk up just to see what happens.
Sorry, you guys can keep talking.
Hey DM, I'm just gonna park my. Should I park my avatar on the map somewhere in case I need to show up or no?
I mean, they're waiting. I mean, I don't know what the rest of the group was trying to do, but Alcazar is waiting for Millie Bays to come back.
I'm just parking myself in the corner. I'm not technically here.
That's fine. So yeah, so you and Millie Bays are off on an adventure.
Well, no, so I'll just send Millie back to the party because like I've transformed. He's got to go to the party, and I'll just look at Millie and I'll be like, "Have you got any way to inform me of what's happening? Or any sending stone, anything at all that you might need? You might use to signal me in case of an emergency."
Oh, I might be able to throw something together. Can we actually we can hop over to what's happening on inside of this party while I think there is a way for me to tune something up here.
I'm gonna move you guys over here so let's see you guys chatting. All right. So Millie Bays and Biggin the Elk are gone. What are the rest of you two in this case doing? Alcazar has saddled up next to the king. King Leon is his name. I don't like the old name I used to use for him. So his name is King Leon now, and he's happily feasting. He's like, Lando, join us here, right? And he like kind of pats a seat next to him, which is right here.
Pew, pew, bing.
He's like, we've got great ale, great food, all by the king. By the way, what does Oxy do in this situation? Is he just standing there waiting for orders again?
I believe because of how far away I am from him, he just kind of like sits down and waits like patiently in the grass.
Got it. Yeah. So slowly after a time, the guards will kind of look at him and are interested at this creature of sorts. They're not like attacking him. They're just literally just curious. They're looking at him. Interested. Anyways, continue. I just wanted to get a feel for if he like powered down or if he was too far away from you or something.
Yeah, he's like an obedient puppy right now.
Cool. Sweet. Yeah, Solanda, you're hanging out. Xanril, you're hanging out. Enjoy the food if you would want to. You don't have to, of course.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I'll probably take a couple of sips.
Are you gonna eat any of the food, or are you just taking a couple sips of like beer, wine, or meat, or whatever? You got 4 different casts of 4 different drinks.
I think water's fine.
Alright, they got pitchers of water, and these are all the beer and wine and meat because they're dwarves. That's what they drink.
Oh, they don't have water?
They do in the jugs here.
Okay, I'm just gonna go over there then, get some water, and get back to my seat.
Okay. Yeah, Lando, are you eating anything, or are you just chilling? There's a lot of hustle and bustle at this table. There's a lot of just family members just chatting. Seems to be like a family reunion of sorts.
I mean, it literally is a family reunion because I'm here, so that's cool.
Yeah, there you go.
I will partake in at least 5 to 7 drinks.
Excellent.
And I'm not going to eat anything. just alcohol.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, King Leon's like, yes. It is good to meet you, Lando. I am quite excited to meet my cousin officially. As you can see, we have all our aunts and uncles here. My parents are long gone, unfortunately. We have plenty of extended family that are here. You see them kind of talking. There's some really old people, which I will now denote. The old people with a color. They will be orange. They're the ones that seem to have like hard of hearing. And then there are some younger people, which I will denote with purple. And there are some just people a little bit older than you, but not old, that are denoted in maybe not pink because it's kind of close. Yellow. Not super old, not super young. Like could be fathers and mothers and whatnot, but nobody knows. Sweet, great talk, riveting. We'll go back to the boys, Millie and Biggin.
As I've been trying to figure something out, I'm going to cast Tiny Servant on a lamp that I have in my Diplomat's pack.
Okay.
It's going to sprout little arms and legs and kind of walk around like a little automaton.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say, by chance, do you happen to know Morse code?
I'm going to say no. I've never heard of a fellow named Morse at all. I have an idea of what the code might be, but I'm not familiar of any such thing you speak. Laddie.
Okay. Well, how about this then? I'll have my little guy dance, and he'll start dancing.
Is he not
When things are
invisible?
going well. No, the tiny servant is not invisible.
Okay, cool.
And if things are going really bad, I'll have him turn on his lamp to a really high flame, and he'll turn up his flame really high. And when things are we're in dire danger, and anywhere in between, I'll try and communicate with you through this lamp.
Excellent. That'll do.
Cool. I'll just hand the little guy to you, and
Wait, so how do you
make sure
communicate
that
with the tiny servant?
as long as he's within 120 feet of me, I can mentally command him.
Okay.
So I
Yeah,
wanna
we're more than 120 feet away.
yeah.
Actually,
So
if I just stay here, like out of sight, then yeah, I think we're okay.
yeah, I think we could also do a thing. We could also have it where I have the guy nearby, and then I can send him to tell you something if you want to be further away.
That I think like Biggin basically just made it so that he can't be seen. He walked off far enough so that when he transforms, he can duck into like some kind of cover and not be seen, but still kind of observe. DM, you kind of understand what I'm going with, yeah?
Yeah, so I guess the issue here, right, Millie, just with your base intelligence, right, of 22, a big-brained Giga Chad, you could say, you would know that sending a little servant back and forth between you and Biggin would probably cause some suspicion. Maybe a lot of suspicion.
Yeah, so you'd probably have to just stay just close enough, kind of right on the edge there.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Like if I know to look for the servant, then I know what to look for.
Mm-hmm.
Just like put the servant somewhere where I can see it, like on top of one of the tents, like where like make it just basically stand there, like hang somewhere, like a lit lamp. And then if I see a flame shift, like I'll kind of keep an eye on that lamp. So if I see the flame intensity either change color or get brighter, like be like almost like it's, kind of like about to melt from like the intense brightness, then I know to come running.
All right, Biggin, that's a great idea. And Millie will attempt to smuggle Lil Lamp and possibly place him on, I guess, just maybe this tent or the closest tent I can as I'm
You know what? Let
re-entering
me do
the.
one thing then.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to give you pass without trace because I'm assuming you're going to need to sneak back to do this. And let's say since we're in this corner, you're gonna post it here, like on this side, obscured from the guards.
Like right here.
Yeah, like right there. So I'm going to use a level 2 spell slot, if I believe Dance Without Trace. Yeah, Pass Without Trace. Yep. Okay. So I'm going to use Pass Without Trace on you. And so it's one level 2 spell slot. Perfect. And so that's my first of 3 level 2 spell slots. And you now have plus 10 to your stealth checks while I'm concentrating.
Okay.
So I basically, make a hand gesture, throw a little dust, like, make a little like kind of like a sprinkling of dust gesture, and you now have plus 10 on your stealth checks.
Awesome.
So whenever
Millie.
you roll plus 10.
Okay. Millie Bays will also, along with the sprinkling of dust, add some dust of his own and use some sea invisibility on himself, just in case he needs to look out for some individuals on the site around the party.
How long does sea invisibility last for? Thank you, I appreciate that. 1 hour.
1
sick.
hour.
Dope. Hell yeah.
All right. Here goes nothing, and I'm gonna
So
walk on up.
as you start walking back, you do see like a line, approximately goes from like here to here. It traces like this entire like space there, and that seems to be like what triggers like the second alarm. Like this is like way further back. Like this is at the front, way further back, like 100 feet or so. That's where the first trip alarm is. So you see that as you're walking by, and you notice that that's most likely the alarm that triggered when Biggin was running through, and maybe all of you for that matter, right, with your magical stuff. And you have a new magical friend that was not condoned by the king, quote unquote, right? So you would know that these alarms are probably going to go off.
They won't find you, my child, and I'll.
Okay, yeah. Cool. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, so go ahead and roll stealth. I'm trying to think how you do this. Because you're running back kind of like in the open, but all the guards that are watching are like really interested in your boy, Oxy. So yeah, just go ahead and roll it straight, even with the alarm bells ringing. They probably still won't see you because you're coming from like a different angle, I'm sure.
So wait, hang on.
That's a
Just
plus
just
10.
for
Yeah, so 21.
context. Just for context, Veil of Shadows and Silence radiate from you, masking you and your companions from detection. For the duration, each creature you choose within 30 feet of you, including has 10 plus bonus to dexterity stealth checks and can't be tracked except by magical means. So, okay, so if there is a magical alarm, then yeah, you'll get tracked.
Yeah. So I guess 21.
It'll pick you up.
Yeah, so 21. So as soon as you step past the first one, all the alarms start to go off, and the guards start to like kind of get mustered. Like, wait, again? Who's doing this? All of them, of course, in unison because they cannot speak about that.
Yeah. I will quickly hang the lamp and present myself. Nothing to be alarmed about. It's just Millie Bays here.
Millie Bays. So what do you got there? You got like some other magical item that you didn't tell us about last time, huh?
I will quickly produce a small little ball bearing that, when squeezed, plays a little like dan 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 dan.
Ha! He's the fun one. Yeah. Good trick. And
Freaking sweating over here.
Yeah, and they all go back to enjoying your boy Oxy.
Mm-hmm. I'll join my party at the table at
Oxy
first
stay there?
chance.
Oh, and then they're like, "Aw," and then they all go back to their posts. Continue. All right, so yeah, you join the party. Ooh, yes, with your scene visibility, I have to give you something else. 1 second. Yes, okay, cool. With your scene visibility, you see all of the king's armor, 2 rings, a battle axe, a longsword on his back, and dwarven plate mail, like on his body. But that's all hidden via an invisibility thing. Because what you see without the scene invisibility, I'm guessing you can turn it off and on, sort of thing. You can like have one eye have one eye normal. Your normal eye just sees him in his like normal regal dress. He looks like he's in a relaxed mood right now.
Okay.
So that's what you see with your scene visibility.
So Homeboy's ready to roll, and
maybe Homeboy's always ready to roll.
Well, I guess if he's related to me, that's probably true.
You also see Calandril also has a bunch of magical stuff on him. But he wasn't like hiding that per se. He just like had him like stuffed. I guess they're not invisible, so I guess never mind. You can see like some magical stuff kind of around Alcazar from the ethereal plane, just kind of like in the air around him. But like nothing is like attached to him, if that makes sense. It's like there's like a ethereal kind of like haze or like some kind of like mist of some sort perhaps around Alcazar that you can see with the CM visibility. That might just be with him dabbling in the variety of magical things that he does. You're not 100% sure.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah. So you guys get there, and they're like, "Hey, everybody's at the party. Let's go!" And then some horns start to go off from the dwarven guards. They're here, and they're like, "Everyone, commence the eating and drinking and marry. You have 3 hours before the king must be back home. Enjoy!" And the king's like, "God damn it!"
To Zanrol, I guess I'll say quite a tight schedule. How has everyone been so far?
Huh? Huh? You hear all the old ones go, what do you say? What do you say? And the young one's like, "Grandma, auntie, shh, shh, shh." Yeah, anyways, continue. I just had to get the ambiance, the feel for a normal family reunion out of the way.
It is a pretty tight schedule, I guess. Yeah, not sure what to think or do in the situation. I guess for now, someone enjoy the pleasantries that we have right now. But I don't know, kind of cautious about the food.
I will have my lamp slightly turn on its fire ever so slightly.
What say you, Biggin?
Nothing's gone bad yet, right? So I'm just chilling and keeping an eye on things.
Mhm.
Wait.
So I have just like a table question. What is our goal here? Like, what are we trying to do?
Yeah, what is your guys' goal?
Because I know that this guy probably did what he did, but do we think he actually did it, or do we think he's like possessed?
He might
We
be
don't.
possessed.
I think we're still in the information. As far as Biggin's concerned, he knows shit is going on here. He knows it. He knows somehow everything is related to what happened to Xandril's father in some way, shape, or form. Like the demon he'd had to deal with, the dragon, all of it. So Biggin's kind of still trying to put shit together. So he doesn't. I don't necessarily want to fight right now unless we absolutely have to. I'd rather get
Well,
information and figure it
my
out.
guy is here, so if we're going, we're going. Even though I'm fucking related to these people, I'll kill a family member. I don't care. It's not a problem.
Let's put it this way: Biggin knows he owes the party. So if shit pops off, he will throw down.
So that leaves
So
Okay.
and Millie Bays. What are your guys' reasons for being here?
I'm kind of
kill
in the
the
same
king.
boat. Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of in more information, I guess, because I'm like, I don't know. I don't have enough to say that he did do it, and he's not that the king himself isn't being coerced. So, but I also don't know how to accuse someone of dark deals just at like a dinner party.
Sure, reasonable. General, the dumb
Well,
one.
that's exactly where you do it, you know. 'Cause that's where the deals happen, you know, at the table, and then that's where they get done, you know, in their death.
Mm.
General.
The king's the
Trust me.
culprit. Kill the king.
Well, I
Anyone
don't know about
curse?
kill the king. I just think kill whoever is like fucking with him. You know, like how do we figure that out? You know, if we're kind of if we're
We're kind of low on time, though. That's the thing.
right. Do we think it was Balthazar? Is it my brother?
Balthazar, Balthazar. Who gives a fuck what his name is?
I thought you said Balthazar.
No, it's Alakazar.
Alakazar.
No, that's stupid. Come on, Balthazar makes so much more sense.
Copyright strikes, man.
That's all right. Well, whatever his name is, do we think he's involved? Because he could be involved.
He is sitting really close to the king.
They are cousins. He literally is the head of the Mage Tower. But continue.
He also said nothing about the king being all weird and or having magical power. So it doesn't really make sense that now we presume that he's the one who did it, but this guy's saying that there's no way that could really be, you know? So that kind of makes him a little shady.
He is kind of shady.
Yeah. like he has a new ring that like masks something,
Ooh,
essentially.
the king.
Yeah, he has a ring that masks essentially the magic, or like
Only
we detected
two
the
people know
ancient.
Mhm.
Huh?
Xanderl and Millibase are the only two people who know that because you guys would have had to communicate that in game somehow at a dinner party that the king's wearing new stuff to Lando
Mm,
without causing issues. I guess.
Oh,
I
I
guess, yeah.
I guess I can't. That'd be metagaming if I like go over and like I'm gonna shake his hand and I'd be like, can I see that? Like what you got? Like can I just or just try to take it off of him without him noticing?
I mean, you could try, but you'd have to like perceive it first. The only reason why Millie knows is because of his see invisibility. He notices that the ring is like the one causing it, sort of thing. With his just base Arcana, and then Mister Xanderl over here used an Arcana check to figure that out. So you
Yeah.
can do
Well,
an
how about
Arcana
this?
check.
I want to do no, but I want to do a perception check. I just
Okay.
want to find out, do I notice anything just off about anybody, kind of at the table?
Sure. Go ahead.
Anything?
Yeah. Yeah. So you notice the two nobles closest to you over here. They
Yeah.
are really sucking up to this king, as like family members should not typically do. Like,
Right.
and they're really sucking up to him. Like they are either in dire financial straits or they just really need power for some reason. So that seems kind of off. The old people here, right? They're sitting down here. They can't really hear much. They're just eating, kind of chip vibing. The young people, I guess the remaining young person is kind of just chilling with what seems to be his grandmother, and he's just kind of hanging out. He's not really. He's just drinking some water, feeding her ale, letting her eat food. Nothing chill, nothing crazy there. And then the three, or I guess the four, like medium people, like people that are just a little bit older than you guys, but not super old yet.
Medium people.
Like a little bit older than you guys, but not like super old. Like
Yes, the medium ones.
yeah, the fun aunts and uncles you could call them maybe. They're just kind of chilling. They're kind of inspecting Millie Bays and Xanderl a little bit closer because they've never had outsiders, perhaps, at a event like this, and they're not quite sure what to make of it. Old people are too old to care. Young people, two of them are schmoozing. One of them is taking care of his grandma. He ain't got time for this shit. But the four that do have time have been kind of warily looking at Xanderl and Millie Bays. And the king, you notice, is wearing a new ring and no other rings. But everybody else seems fine. I mean, your boy Alcazar, you rode with him for the past hour and 45, and he's vibing. He's loving the food. He's loving hanging out with cousin. He's been making jokes at these fellow cousins, perhaps expense, and they've kind of been laughing along with it. Typical family events.
Mm.
Yeah, the king's like, well, I'd like to thank each and every one of you for joining us for our family gathering, even though we have two non-family members here. I thank you for joining as some of Lando's friends. I'm sure he feels much more comfortable having you guys here than not. And I would like to raise a toast to the prosperity of Zamorvin Hall and the, looks at you, Lando, finding of a new brother. You're here.
Finding of a new brother. I'm not his brother. We're cousins.
Yes.
I'm not saying that out loud. I'm saying that.
Yeah.
I'm saying that just in general.
Yeah, so you would know Lando based off being a dwarf and like dealing with people. Dwarves don't call each other like cousins that frequently when they're like raising a toast or like doing something. They'll just say like brother or sister to like refer to cousins or like aunts or uncles or whatever. They'll just say brother or sister when they're like making like, grand speeches. If you guys are in private or it's just like the three of you guys, they'll say cousin and stuff like that. But typically, they'll say brother when doing speeches like this. It's a fairly standard thing that you've had to deal with in whatchamacallit, when you're working with Zentarum. A lot of the dwarven brothers that work together are not actually brothers; they're cousins from a variety of different places.
I
They
thought
don't call each other brothers.
Okay, got it.
So yeah, that doesn't seem off, but it does. It is like you're like, hey, I'm not your brother though, asshole. In your mind.
Yeah. Okay. I feel like I gotta make the first move. Okay, I want to do an Arcana check on his ring.
Sure.
Let's go, Magical Lando.
Fuck.
No,
It-
Magical Lando.
It is a ring. It probably has magical powers. If you had to guess, there's no reason why you think your cousin or brother, however you want to call him, would be wearing a ring like this. It's not super adorned, right? Which you get off your perception. It's just a standard looking ring, silver. Um, some like there's some like sigils on it, but I mean it's just like a normal ring.
Sigils are pretty sketch.
Yeah, maybe. You look around and you see your two cousins, perhaps they're sitting across the way. They also have rings with sigils on them, but their sigils seem to be denoting like their house and clan, um, more so than
Versus
anything else.
his that denote what?
You're not sure.
Okay. Ooh, and I'm gonna say this out loud to the table. I have a suggestion. Why don't we do a arm wrestling contest?
Ho ho ho! What an excellent idea, brother.
I want to see what you guys are made of, and I'm gonna point to all the people at the end of the table. So including the king. I want to get to everybody.
Okay, we shall have an arm wrestling competition. As I
But
am the
first-
main event, I shall go last.
But first,
Yes.
let's get drunk.
Of course.
Yeah.
2 hours of just really hard drinking commences.
Yeah.
Really
All right,
hard
how-
drinking.
How obliterated am I? How do I
Yeah,
check
so
that?
first-
Is that a Constitution check?
First, I need Zanril to roll Constitution like 5 times, and then the dwarves will start rolling to see if he's like fully blazed or if he's just drinking water the entire time.
I'm just drinking water the whole time.
Got it. So roll a sleight of hand or deception check to mimic that you're drinking with them, because they
Okay,
are
deception check.
insistent. Yeah, they think you're as drunk as you want them to think you are.
Nice.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Millie, are you drinking or are you drinking water? What's your game plan?
I'm gonna drink, and while I'm drinking with this group of middle-aged dwarves here, I'm gonna be asking them how's business and what industries they're in, and I'll just take whatever drinks are handed to me.
Got it. Yeah. Roll a Constitution check. Roll 2 of them for me. The second one with disadvantage. Excellent. You are fucked up about 2 hours or about 1.5 hours in. And what you've garnered from these 4 middle-aged folk is none of them work. They are nobility. They just chill and they make money off of the taxes.
Okay. Millie will kind of try and weave in some like, I've got some buddies in the military. They say they're going kind of wild up there with the production. You hear anything about that? And see if they know anything about that.
They say, sort of. I mean, the best I know is that we are going to do some military training in the near future. The king will probably be leading the efforts, and it'll be good for the young militiamen to see what their king is like in action. Lando, I need you to roll 3 Constitution saves, the last 2 with advantage, because it has been canonically stated that you just drink like there's nothing else in your life. 2 more. Last one. Cool, 25. You're getting drunk, but this is the level of intoxication you operate at normally.
Cool. How is everybody else?
Everybody but Alcazar and the king are extremely fucked up from what you can tell.
But like the king and Alcazar are kind of fucked up.
They seem to be about on the same level as you. It seems like your genes are strong when it comes to the fucking drink.
Right.
Damn. Strong genes.
Strong genes. And as you're kind of getting a better look at Alcazar, man's kind of buff. For a wizard, he kind of buff. Like maybe he powered through on sheer will and determination to become a wizard, but man's fucking buff. That's all I gotta say. You think Lando, if you weren't wearing all your magical items that make you more buff than you are right now, he might be as buff as you are.
Right. But I'm
Take
super
that.
buff.
Yeah, but you're super buff, yeah, so it's fine. But
Oh wait, I
hashtag-
was doing Constitution saves. Fuck, my bad.
No, that's fine. I mean, I deducted the amount.
Right.
So let's show. Yeah, cool. So yeah, everybody at the table is fucked up except for you three in your mind. Xanril, you're obviously stone cold sober, just chugging water. You do have to pee a little bit though, Xanril. You've been chugging a lot of water.
Gotcha. I'll go.
I would say
to the
Millie
back of
and
this.
Millie, Lando, the King, and Alcazar all seem like they need to pee. So the King and Alcazar kind of mosey on their way to go take a leak out in the forest somewhere. They say, we'll be back.
Is
We're
that
just
our-
going to pee.
Is that our cue?
It's up to you guys.
I guess I go with essentially to go
Yeah.
take a piss.
I will also do that.
I'll take this as a
You're super
as a
drunk
I
anyway.
should follow.
Yeah, you're super drunk. So while you're walking away, because you're so drunk, my guess is that you're going to forget to change the lamp color.
Yeah, I kind of move. I think I also, by following them, I move out of range of my
and the lamp goes
of
out.
my dude. Well, no, the lamp just stays the way it is. I
Oh,
think
okay, got it.
by the
That's
wording
fine.
of it.
Yeah, that's fine. Fine with me. Cool. Yeah. So y'all go take a leak. The King's like, so Lando, your friends seem to be able to hold their liquor for the most part. Have you been having them do these drinking competitions with you like you've been doing with us here at this party?
Always.
Good man, good man.
It's just how it goes sometimes, you know?
Yes, yes, of course.
You know, look at you though. You're all fancy wearing rings and stuff. Like where do I get some of those? You know, you seem like you got some cool drip. I'm trying to and I want to point to myself. I'm just like I'm trying to, up my style a little, if you know what I mean.
He's like, yes. Some of the royal coffers, not all, are open for you. I'm sure I can find you a nice tailor in this town and a nice jeweler to get you some fancy blingage, as you've mentioned.
What about the one you got? What about the one you got there? Like, how do I get something like that?
This one's been passed down for the kings. So unless you become king, you can't have this one.
How long have you had it?
Since I became king. Ooh, what was it? 10 years ago now? Maybe 15?
What are the, I see there's some stuff on there. What does that stuff mean?
Oh, this. Yeah, it's an invisibility ring. It lets me, walk around with my armor and my weapons and all that jazz. You never know, when you'll be attacked by something. Giants roaming the realm, werewolves, bandits. Everybody wants a shot at the king nowadays, and it's always good to be prepared. But, family parties.
Giants?
Yeah, giants.
Werewolves?
Yeah.
You've been fighting giants and werewolves? Why?
Nah, they just kind of come down from the mountains sometimes. They got ice giants up in the mountains, and they just kind of come
Together?
down. No, what? No, giants just
Well,
they come down and they.
You're saying you're getting attacked by these things one after another. I'm just trying to figure it. I'm not the brightest. I'm just trying to get a picture of what's going on.
It's turn of phrase. I apologize. What I mean by that is, giants sometimes come down. Werewolves are all over the forest, as I'm sure you guys are aware. Travelers, being you are. And, it's always good to have your weapons on you and your armor on you in case shit goes sideways. You know what I'm saying?
Millie will pipe up kind of drunkenly as he's putting it away, and he says, we did mess up that one giant. Remember, Lando? We got him pretty good. That was. I mean, I did the killing blow, but you did most of it.
Hold on. Let's just table talk. I don't think we want this guy to know that.
Well, he's drunk.
He's letting it slip.
Yeah, he's letting it slip. He's drunk.
Oh, but that's no fun.
See, but the issue here, Lando, is you and Xanril are the only ones not drunk. right? Like, I mean, even the king and Alcazar, like, they're not really drunk. They're kind of like you. They're just kind of drunk, right? But they seem to be like this normal buzz. Millie is fucked up. He is sloshed.
Does Lando
Uh,
give Millie like a look when he says like, "We fucked up that giant once"?
I mean, that was a couple of years ago, but yeah, we did do that.
Roll deception for me, Lando. It's all you, brother.
I know I'm getting to it.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, keep going. They don't seem they
Is-
Alcazar and the king don't really seem phased. Like, a couple years ago, yeah. Gotta get in tough, rough and tumble with these giants once in a while. I know the feeling. You ever fight 1v1 yet, Lando? I bet you haven't.
Yeah, a few times. Not great.
Oh,
But me and old Frankie, we put a number on that guy, if you know what I mean, huh?
I
And
bet.
I'm just gonna elbow him.
Yeah. And as you elbow him, he feels firm. Like, this dude is also rock solid.
Rock solid.
And he's like, yeah, see, and you see him kind of take off the ring. He's like, and he pulls out a massive battle axe in one arm and a long sword in the other one. He's like, I just kind of run at them with these two and just chop them up real fast, like, you know what I'm saying?
When you try to kill people, you usually go for the this variety, like there's no magic involved kind of thing. Is that not your style?
Kind of
Is that what you're saying?
Alcazar said he told me you thought I had no, I have these. I'm really good at swinging this. Really good at hitting people with this.
Plot twist.
He kind of puts it back. And then he puts the ring back on. So, you know, I chop them up real good, Lando. I kill these giants so fast they don't even know what hit them. But those guards, they die like flies. They get stepped on, they get smacked, they just die all the time. So I had to get them all cloned. They're all clones out there, Lando.
What?
They're all
What?
clones. That's why they all talk the same. That's why they all talk together. They're clones.
Oh, it's canon now.
They're clones. But because they die so fast, I can't let my normal people die of giants. Why can't they be strong like you and me, Lando?
I'm really confused about his tone now. It changed quite a lot.
It seems like the
Yeah.
alcohol has hit him a bit harder now that he's been pissing for a little bit.
Hmm. Okay, well, I don't know if it's this guy anymore. What if it's Balthazar? Alcazar.
Charizard.
Charizard.
Blastoise? You guys can roll insight if you'd like.
Yeah, I roll insight,
Yeah.
even though I'm not good. Whoop. Nope.
Yeah, he seems to be telling you the truth. You got no reason to believe otherwise.
Hmm.
He's like, one day, I'm gonna have Alcazar here. Turn all the clones into one again.
Into one again.
Yeah,
What does that mean?
They're all cloned from the same dwarf.
Cool.
Hmm.
Did you say who, Zenro?
Yeah.
His name is Hugo. He hangs out in the mage tower. We keep him fed. He's on the top floor. He just chills. We use him to make more clones.
He's
Maybe
a
that's why they're
slave?
all so squishy. He's kind of squishy now. He's been putting on some weight.
Hmm.
Well, why would you want to recombine them?
Because then I could get a big one. And then they could go toe to toe with the giants, maybe. See, when they're all small, they get stepped on. But if they're big, they can't get stepped on. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like your construct there, Oxy, right? Oxy looks super cool. Think if he could become bigger and bigger. Rah! Right? Be like a dragon, like a metal dragon, imagine. But no wings, I guess. He doesn't have. Does he have wings? He looks at you. Look a little bit more seriously now. He's like, his eyes seem to have like refocused from the drunken stupor when he thinks about Oxy having massive metal wings.
No, he doesn't, but you've given me a great idea.
Fuck. Should have kept that for myself or sold it to you. That would have been fuck. Well, I think it's time to get the games going. Boys, ready? He smiles.
Good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he walks back in, sits down at his table. He's like, "We are going to get the arm wrestling competition going." Yeah, good.
No. I was gonna drink a silver potion
Okay, go for it.
before it starts.
Go for it.
Yep. Potion of heal giant strength.
Nice. Cool. We're gonna say half of them just don't do it. Old people just don't do it, or they do, but they lose very quickly because they're old and they don't got old man strength. They're just old. The middle people don't feel like doing it because it's they don't want to hurt themselves and they don't really want to work. And the three youngins are raring to go. So, we're gonna draw lots. Zanril, Biggin, sorry, Biggin, not Biggin. Zanril, Millie, Lando. Three of you guys roll a D3 for me. Okay.
Crit out of 3.
Okay. All right. So you guys, so Millie drew the lot of the snail person. Zanril drew the sleepy boy, and Lando picked the skull and crossbones guy. So you guys will all roll athletics or strength checks. Up to you.
Okay.
Millie, you're doing it with. Roll a d50 for me. If it's above 25, you roll with advantage for being drunk.
No.
Disadvantage.
Oh, is it disadvantage?
Yeah, it's a disadvantage. Yours will be. Okay. Sick. All right. Let's make 3 of these rolls. Athletics. 2, 1, 2. All right. The first one beats Zanril handily, it seems. The second one loses to Lando. It's close. It's very close. And the third one beats Millie. Oh, sorry, I did that wrong. Wrong order. First one is for Millie. Millie, you lose that one. It's somewhat close, but not really. Zanril is second. Zanril, you get tossed off the table with how strong this person is.
Shit.
So let's see. So Millie was 3. 3 was the snail. Snail wins. Okay. He wins. Okay. And then it's Lando with the second 2 with the skull and crossbones. Lando, yeah, you guys, it's a close contest. This is the closest one you guys have seen all day, and the skull and crossbones guy just barely loses. So now we're on to the second round robin. Millie, you will be facing off against Alcazar. Or sorry, Millie is out. Right? Yes, Millie's out. Lando, you'll be going against Alcazar, and the 2 young dwarves will go off against each other. So Lando, let's see your roll.
Fuck.
Oh, he barely beats you. And you just see
Hmm.
Alcazar's like face of astonishment, like, huh? As he barely tips you over with a 16. And these two boys are gonna go. Snail person wins. All right.
This way, why don't you? Oh, never mind.
Huh?
No, nothing.
Got it. So then the three of them fight off. The king wins because he's the king, and they don't really want to beat him. He says, "Ha! Great sport, great sport. Lando, I thought you would fare better with you proposing this event and all. I thought you and I would be facing off against each other."
We can do it for fun
Ah, excellent, excellent.
or a wager.
Oh, what would you like to wager?
Hmm.
I'm a fan of gambling. And you can see
What are
Alcazar's-
you willing to wager?
He's like, how about this? And he pulls out this longsword, seemingly out of nowhere, and everybody's like, huh? He's like, calm down, I've had it the whole time. Puts it on the table. This is the longsword of wounding. If you roll a crit with it, sorry, let me double check the item real quick. Sorry, once per turn, when you hit a creature with an attack, you can wound them. And at the start of each of the wounded creature's turn, it takes 1d4 damage for each time you've wounded it. And it can then make a DC 15 Constitution save to end the effect.
It doesn't seem that good.
That's what he puts on the table. So he's putting up. What do you got? What are you putting up? He's like, this thing retails for 4 payments of 1,000 gold. Sorry, Millie, I had to. I heard your pitch to the quartermaster. I had to try. I apologize.
It's an effective one.
Hmm.
I also like to think that he like read the stats off like as is.
Yeah. You see him like he had a piece of paper that he was reading as he was like going through it.
He's looking up from his glasses.
Yeah.
Okay, what can I do? Ooh, do you think he would at all be interested in my powder of cleanliness?
Sure, why not? You just gotta tell him what it does.
And I'm gonna pull out 2 things. I'm gonna pull out my powder of cleanliness,
Okay.
and I'm just gonna be like, I found this from an old sage in the middle of a forest during my travels. He told me that this powder would clean anything you could ever want to whatever shininess you desire. So, your crown, if you wanted it to be the shiniest crown you could ever have, this is the stuff that you would use.
Ho ho ho. Okay. What's the second thing you pulled out?
My second thing is my antimicrobial, antibacterial towel
That you've obviously
And-
never used.
that I'd never used. Yes. So, and then I'll just gesture to myself, and I'll be like, as the name suggests, it's supposed to keep clean. But I myself am not one to live that life. But I know that you are. So this is you now you can take showers, you can take baths, you can only do them for pleasure. You don't have to do them to clean anymore.
Can
you
you
can use
prove
this
to me your antimicrobial cloth works by rubbing it, say, on your arm or your leg to clean it from the grime?
I guess, and I'll just look at him, and I'm just gonna point at his face, and I'm just gonna be like, no, I won't do that. But what I will do is I'm gonna go rub the dog, like the metal bowl thing,
Yeah.
and I'm just gonna get him all shiny, if he lets me, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's some dirt patches on him, like on his like little stubby legs and like on like the
Yeah.
lower side of his belly.
And,
from
and
the
I'm gonna
grass.
just give him a wipe down, and he's gonna look like
Oh.
he's like made of fucking gold.
Oh my! Yes, yes. Let us arm wrestle. All right, let's see it.
There's a lot riding on this. Yes.
And you win.
Fuck yeah.
Let's go.
He's like, my sword, my sword, my sword. That's fine. That's okay. I have another one back at home.
Cool.
yeah,
What do they get? Sword.
long
Great
sword,
sword
of
of
wounding.
wounding.
No,
Long sword of.
sword of wounding. I don't even know if it exists in this side. I'll have to like make it for you. Nope, it doesn't exist. I will add it to your character sheet after the session.
Okay. Cool.
It's pretty cool.
Sick.
I don't know if you'll ever use it, but it's cool. You can always sell it for 4,000 gold pieces. You might be able to sell it for more if you upcharge it, saying that it was once the king's. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Oh, and maybe that's what I'll do. I'll be like, "Can you get your name carved into this before?" I just want people to know that like this is from you. You know, like,
He's like-
with your sigil, something.
He's like, How about this? One
Because
more,
let me
double or
let me
nothing.
finish. Let me finish.
Okay, go.
Because they're gonna look at me and they're gonna be like, "No way, this guy's related to the king." But I'll be like, "But I've got a sword, and look at this. You know, I need that. Look at this. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah. So how about this? I'll do that for you. We'll call that double or nothing because you could literally sell that sword for double. And if I win, I get that sword back. Huh? Huh?
I don't want to do that.
Huh? Competition, baby.
What is he,
I live
fucking
for it.
Austin Powers?
I live for the
Jesus.
competition. And
No, I don't
noticed
want to do that. I don't want to do that.
What you've noticed is it seems that Alcazar has been like pouring more ale into his mouth via like a mage hand.
He's trying to get him drunk.
Yeah, and he's like, "I got you, Lando. I got you. We're gonna get that money." He whispers into your head.
He wants me to do it.
Alcazar does.
Oh
Yes.
wait. So he's drunk. So he like is probably okay. Fuck it. I'll do it.
Alcazar
let's
is
go.
trying to get the king drunk so that you can beat him.
I like to do this. Oh, that's pretty good still.
That's a good one. Ooh.
Nice.
Ooh. As you guys are wrestling, you're feeling some pressure from the king that was not there last time you guys wrestled.
What?
And you see kind of a glint in his eye as he seems to get serious. But then he hiccups from the alcohol, and then his arm goes slack, and you win. He's like, all right, Alcazar, can you do the thing with the thing? And Alcazar's like, yep, of course. And he does a little like King Leon on the hilt.
Nice.
And
That's awesome.
And then Alcazar messages you in your head, you owe me 3,000 gold for that, buddy.
No, 3,000.
He's like, you're gonna sell that shit for 8,000. I want 3,000 of that for doing what I just did for you.
I'm gonna just be like, we'll come to a deal.
Yeah, we will, brother. Yeah,
and I'll just give him a fist. I'll just give him a fist bump.
Yeah, he fist bumps you too. He's like, hell yeah, brother. He also saying this in your mind.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So festivities are wrapping up. The king has to head back, and all the guards, as you now know them as to be clones of Hugo, say, well. It seems we had a good family reunion. It's time for us to take the king home. Anybody have anything they'd like to say before the king leaves? And they're all smiling.
Why is he kind of saying it like that?
Well, it's time for us to leave then, King Leon. It's time to go. The king's like, God damn, yes, I have more shit to do. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it was fun being here. Feel free to enjoy the rest of the drink. I will have some servants come by and clean this up in an hour or so, and please enjoy yourself. And he heads out.
I am confused.
And you notice as the king walks, they form a line behind him. A single file line. Not the way you'd think. Directly horizontal. they all head out. Does anybody do anything to stop them?
I'll do a little flicker on the lamp, tiny servant, to signal that there's been a change of some kind.
Okay.
It's not one of the approved signals, so I'm just kind of more observant. It's not like shit's gone boom, so I'm just kind of waiting.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right, cool. So I'm guessing that you guys have like 5 seconds to say something before King is gone.
Bye. see you back home.
All right, cool. All right, King's on. Sick. He walks away, and then he disappears after a period of time. Whether it's because of the drunken haze, whether it's because of the mist in front of you, whether it's because of magic, you're not 100% sure. He's just gone. Oh, sorry, there's some more guards here. All these guards also followed him out. I apologize. I missed him. Yeah. And then you notice everybody else starts to leave. It's just you guys. They don't say bye. They don't say nothing. They all seem to like message Alcazar in his head as he's like responding to messages. You see him kind of close his eyes, kind of think, as he's like responding to everybody, and then they all leave. So now would be the time, since everybody's gone, that you can call Biggin back should you so wish. But Alcazar's still here. Alcazar's like, well, I think it's time for me to leave. Y'all need to teleport. Y'all gonna walk back. I'm gonna head back to the Mage Tower. Brother, we need to discuss terms on that deal for the sword. I did a lot of that work. Not gonna lie, getting him drunk is very difficult. Talking to you, Lando.
Right. Yeah. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. And I'm just gonna whip out the sword and just swing it around a little.
Frankette you feel her feel hurt.
And then I'll just drop it and put it away. I'm done.
She feels
I'm
better.
sorry.
She feels better. He's like, well, if nobody needs to teleport, I shall leave. Well, Billy, if you can find that elk, I would love to work with him again. That was quite the enjoyable ride. And Lando, Xandro, I'm sure I will see you guys both soon. Toodaloo. And he snaps his fingers and is gone.
I'm really confused. Were we supposed to kill the king? I don't know.
That's a great question. I'll have the lamp give like a like soft glow, like back and forth, kind of like to say like, and like I'll have it like wave and dance around and move a lot.
Biggin notices the change, walks up to where the lamp is, retrieves it, and then kind of makes his way along this line up until he can get to the table. Right. Everything seemed rather calm. Did we
You're
learn
still
anything?
an elk? Are you talking?
No, I'm back to myself. Remember, I used both my shape change skills to just get here because it only lasts for an hour.
Right.
And you guys have been here for roughly 3 hours now. Xandril has been here for about 5.
It's really hard to say. Aside from the fact that he seems to be amassing a giant dwarf to fight giants.
Eh?
Yeah,
He's
remember those?
fighting the giants?
Well, Millie will give the quick download of basically all the guards talking in unison was for a reason. They're clones, and he wants to amalgamate them into some monster to fight giants with.
That sounds absolutely unnatural. I thought he was aligned with the giants and the weird fiery dragony thingy.
Oh, maybe I misinterpreted them. He did say that he wanted them to be able to take on the giants, but maybe that's more of an interpretation.
Was he sober at the time?
You know, he wasn't.
Were you sober at the time?
You know, I wasn't.
And he's like, and I'm still not.
Is there any beer left over?
Yeah.
Biggin grabs one, sits down, just drinks, sips on the beer, and is like, "This is a lot to consider. Have we decided who we're killing?"
No.
At this point, I don't know.
Well, shall we go take a nap then? Or are we doing more exploring?
I guess before we leave, Lily Bates, can you cast detect magic or some sort?
You got it. And Millie Bays will quickly whip up a little
Don't you still have
detect
the ring?
magic. Oh yeah, you still have the ring of detect magic. I think it has like 10 charges left or something.
Gotcha. I'll
Bullshit
cast
number
it like
I'll
that.
tell you guys about. That's a bullshit number amount. Let me say. So you're casting it. What are you looking for?
I guess this traces remnants of the said ancient magic.
Yeah, it's on the chair.
Which chair?
The king's chair.
Okay.
Yeah, don't say.
Mayhaps he lied to all of you. Who's to say?
Yeah,
Only one of you
I feel
rolled
my
insight.
inside check.
Well, you didn't fail.
Only one of us what?
Only one of you guys rolled insight.
Like just now? Or back then?
Back then.
Wasn't I the only one who did it?
Yeah, it was Xander.
No, I was the
rolled
only one who
perception.
did.
That was way before that. Yeah, Xander, in your heart of hearts, you believe the king to be true.
The magic on the chair tells me otherwise.
Correct. Which is a conundrum that you find yourself at. An impasse, perhaps.
Is there something that he could have or possess that would like basically allow him to lie, but like and would allow folks to believe that?
Maybe he has some charming effect or something.
It's possible. It's not out of the realm of magical possibilities.
Well, if it was charm, an elf would have greater ability to not be under its influence. Did you feel any influence pulling you that way, Xanril?
No, I just failed to read him, I guess. Maybe. He's probably a good liar. Okay. What should we do?
Do you kill the king in cold blood? Do you look for more facts and reasons that it might still be the king aside from all the magic pointing to him being him? Or do you just give up, Xanril, and let your father die?
Well, that ain't happening.
It's like kill the king, incur the wrath of the Dwarven army or country in a sense, and save my father, or you know what? All the detect magic doesn't lie, and the magic is pointing towards the king. Yeah, I think we should go after him tomorrow after we get some rest. We don't know where he is right now, and that's the issue.
Shouldn't be too hard, given Lando's relation now to him. He feels safer around him.
That's true too. We could ask for audience from Alcazar, like favor from Lando kind of thing.
And so as you guys are chatting, kind of trying to discuss what's happening, I need all of your guys' passive perceptions for me.
16.
21.
Okay. 16, 21.
10.
10. Okay.
How do I find land again?
It's on your character sheet. I think right below where all your stats are. Drag click.
Oh, right. 16.
Got it. Cool. So, Biggin, as they're kind
Yep.
of all discussing, you're the only one who kind of hears this in the distance. It sounds like the wings of a dragon flapping kind of towards this direction. It seems far off still.
How much time do I have to react?
You have time. You feel like I said, like you're the only one who reacts to this because of your 21, and like I said, it sounds somewhat far away, like maybe a mile or so away.
And I'm sure more than an hour. An hour was way more than past. I'm going to cast. I'm just gonna silence everyone's. Like, I just tap my ear, and I just grab everyone's. I snap my fingers real loud, grab everyone's attention, and say, "Wings." And I cast Pass Without Trace, and just make a hand gesture like we got to get out of here. So that's 2 pass without this. So I'm down to 1 level 2 spell slot left.
Okay.
So everyone now has +10 on stealth. Let's go.
Where are you guys going?
It's like I'm just saying we got to get out of here because I hear wings, and I say dragon.
Following the lead. Let's.
So I'm saying we need to get to cover. So it's basically get to cover so we can observe, and we're gonna hide. So are these tents?
Yep.
So we can either hide. So begin. So are they coming like to this area, or are they just kind of coming? Do I just hear them coming?
You just hear them coming. You're not quite sure if they're going to stop here. You just hear them in like the general vicinity, about an hour away or a mile away, not an hour away, a mile away. So it would take a dragon probably like 3 minutes tops to do.
I just point to one of the tents and like inside, and I'm assuming there's cover in here, and I'm just like, get cover, take cover in any of the tents, and I just run into this tent. I scurry into this tent and hide as best I can.
Okay.
What
the rest of y'all do?
Millie will place his lamp servant on the table, and instruct
14.
it with how if there's something dangerous near to do the standard brightness up.
Okay.
And he'll just be inside just so he can see the lamp on the table.
Okay. Lando.
And Oxy will follow.
Nice. Xander, what are you doing with that 20?
I'll be right over here, kind of observing.
Cool. Lando?
All right, remind me what's happening again? Are we about to fucking fight some shit?
Dragon. Biggin says that he hears dragon wings, and he says to hide.
Okay, I'll go over here.
Okay. So I need you to roll a stealth for me, also, Lando.
Mm.
And you 2 million. I need a stealth roll from you.
Apologies.
Fuck.
17. Okay.
Well, no, he rolled it's a 1, isn't it?
Doesn't matter for ability checks. It's only matters
Okay.
for your attack.
16 total.
So 14's the lowest. Average of that all is, I think it's about a 16. 16.75. That was damn close. Cool. So the group roll is about a 17. We'll round it up for nicety's sake. And the dragon, you guys just hear a flap. And are any of you guys looking outside to see like up, or are you guys just looking kind of out towards the table area?
I positioned myself to look out, but not up. I've taken as deep cover as I can.
Okay. Xander's
Same.
looking up. Okay. So Xander's the only one looking up, correct?
I'll look up.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Lando and Zanril, you guys see a gold dragon flying up above you guys.
Wait, haven't we seen a gold dragon before?
Haven't you indeed?
We have seen a gold dragon before. He helped us. Golden dragon was on our side fighting the other dragon. He got fucked up. I thought that dragon died. Wait, what kind of dragon was it fighting? It was fighting
A red dragon.
red dragon. Right.
And
Did we kill the red dragon?
No, they killed the red dragon and the black dragon. You guys killed a white dragon, I believe.
Yeah, white dragon.
And that was with Silas, Clyde, and what you call it, Cromwell. The three of them were fighting the black dragon.
Right. But they were also fighting a gold dragon. Not them, but the other dragons.
The red dragon, yeah, because the Cromwell, Silas, and fuck, I just said his name. 1 second. Silas. There we go. The four of them plus the gold dragon were fighting the two sets of dragons. The two dragons. Total.
Right.
Cool, but yeah, you two see a gold dragon kind of flying ahead, not seemingly looking for you guys or anything, just kind of flying over you guys, and it's gone out. It seems to be heading northwards towards the Moonwood, which you know to be north by northeast of Zamorvan Hall. Yeah, that's what you guys see. And then, like I said, within like a few seconds, he's gone. He's past you guys.
Should we head over there?
It's gonna take you a while to be there on foot. You can try to follow the dragon, but the dragon is significantly faster than you guys.
That's true.
Right, like the dragon flying ahead of you guys, you just estimate is probably double your guys' normal speed.
Okay. I guess we should head back to an inn and then plan out how we will get an audience with the king and then fight him, essentially.
Alright, is everybody doing that?
Yep, sounds good to me.
Yeah, so
All
it
right.
takes you guys a while to just kind of walk back to Zamorvan Hall. And you guys, it just takes like 2 hours, like he said it was going to take you guys to get there. So it is well beyond nightfall by the time you guys get back. And you guys head to the inn. Biggin, are you doing your same disguise thing?
Yep.
How many more of those you got left? You have it Zabel, that's right. Zabel.
Oh no, I can only use it. I think I can only use it. I can only use the fucking. I can only use the disguise self as a racial ability once per long rest. I have to burn a single spell slot to use disguise self normally, so I'll do that.
Okay. Cool. So you guys get back to the inn. It's time for
Yeah.
plotting.
I'll hand Biggin the hat of disguise so he doesn't need to keep spending spells.
Oh, okay. And I put it
for
on.
the next day. Yeah.
It's a big floppy hat.
Okay,
Looks like a wizard's hat.
that's fine.
When Zanril gives it to you, he tells you what the magic word is.
Okay. Let me just add a hat of disguise.
The magic word is, I am not a wizard, Harry.
I am up to no good.
Yes, I am not a wizard and I'm up to no good. Please change me, Harry. And the
I
hat
solemnly
says,
swear I'm up to no good.
Nope, not that. You say, I'm not a wizard, Harry. I'm up to no good, Harry. Please change me, Harry. And then Harry the hat says, of course, sir, of course. Changes you.
Very good.
When did it become sentient?
The hat was always sentient, you just never wanted to talk to him.
Oh, yeah.
And he only
Yes.
responds to when you say Harry at the end of sentences.
It's named Harry. Okay,
He
okay.
sits in your hair on your head. Perhaps a little on the nose. Who knows?
Just a bit.
Yeah. So you guys had a potluck, sort of. You guys didn't bring anything yourselves, but there's a lot of food and drink at that family reunion. A golden dragon flew overhead towards the Moonwood. You're not sure where within it. And you guys are at a conundrum where the king, from all you guys can tell, is not magical based off everything you guys have seen, everything he described, how he fights giants.
It's all very confusing.
It is, but he has
Lando,
traces of.
sorry, roll an Arcana check for me on your sword that you got from the king. You notice it has lost its magical properties.
It's lost.
It has lost its magical properties. It still has the
So,
king's
like-
name engraved on the hilt, but the sword
But, like,
is no
it doesn't-
longer magical. Whether that's because
So
it's
the
been
king-
away from the king for too long, it was a fake sword the entire time, and it was just kind of like what Millie did with his crossbows to make it seem like they're magical, but not really magical. Not quite sure, but they're just no longer magical. You notice now after having being away from the king for about 5 hours now.
Lando got
Liar.
scammed.
Or the king was the one powering them sword somehow.
That doesn't make any sense.
It's like Millie Bay.
What if the
Billy
king is
Bates.
gone? What if the king's dead and he's just an imposter?
Ooh.
Oh, I guess it's a good reason to kill him, right? Get some answers out of him before we kill him too.
Yeah, but how do we find that out without, like being like, we're gonna fucking attack you?
Gain an audience. I could probably cast a spell, maybe, to have us isolated with him, essentially. Maybe, maybe not. Yeah. We'll find something to do, essentially. But maybe we ask Alcazar if he could see this Hugo person, I guess. The clone, original clone. And then ask him questions about the king. Maybe, maybe not. But yeah, we'll see what we can do. Ultimately, I kind of do want to,
Kill
I
him?
guess. Yeah, I guess, yeah, kill him.
Yeah. Okay. It's my cousin, supposedly, and we're talking about murdering him. It's hard.
If he's your cousin, I think he would have given you a real sword or some shit.
That's true.
Yeah, that doesn't look magical at all not anymore. At least it has his autograph or some shit. Yeah, okay. I guess we'll do that. Let's get some rest for now, and then maybe go to the Magic Tower tomorrow. Ask Alcazar if we get another audience with him.
Actually, can
Possible.
Millie look at the signature that Alcazar put on the sword?
Sure. What are you looking for?
I want to know if somehow that engraving is the reason that it's no longer magical.
Ooh, I like it. Roll Arcana for me.
24.
Okay. All right. Got some juicy details here. So it seems that the signature that was placed on the sword did not cause the sword to lose its magical properties. However, when the inscription was done, it did do some damage, it seems, to the sword and to the hilt itself. And you're not sure if the magic was leaking because of that, or if the sword was just never magical or needs to be powered by the king or whatever. But it doesn't seem to be that the engraving itself caused it necessarily to have no magical functionality. But there's some traces that perhaps if this was magical that needed to be powered by the sword just being magical by itself, there could have been a leak in the magic seeping out of the sword with that engraving.
Well, guys, I gotta say, this might be our reason for audience with the king, and maybe a good starting point for getting some actual information out of what this all is.
I guess that is a good reason. When I detect magic before, was I able to see the magic leak out or something?
No, the sword seemed normal.
Oh, so it's like radiating magic essentially at the time.
Or it was magical in some way, shape, or form.
Hmm.
And now, if you wanted to do it again, because you've got 9 fucking charges left, you'll find out the information that Lando and Millie Bays have essentially figured out for you. With that 20 goddamn Ford. Gotta love it.
Okay. Well, I guess we have to go to the king to get a refund of some sort.
Get a refund.
Because, Lando wants his money. 8K. But yeah, I guess we'll go sleep and then head to the Mage's Tower and do that.
Cool. All right. Anybody else got anything else they want to do?
No, I think it's time just to go to sleep.
Lando, anything?
I'm good with that.
Cool. All right. You guys rest up, wake up in the morning. Biggin, you didn't have a bed, so I'm guessing you slept on the floor unless you cuddled with somebody.
No, I'm comfortable. I'm a druid. I'm comfortable sleeping on the floor.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's because that's where you belong.
Yep, that happened.
You know what? Plague of insect plague.
Biggin died.
Just for that.
Biggin died not the way I thought he was going to, but by the way he should have. Yeah, so you guys wake up. Breakfast is downstairs. Should you guys so choose to take it?
Yeah, sounds like fun.
Biggin, you were not part of the original accommodation, so it will cost you a silver.
That's fine.
So you guys eat your breakfast. It's good, hearty, all that jazz. Where do you guys go first? Do you guys try to get an audience with the king immediately, or do you guys try to go to the Mage Tower?
Mage Tower.
I think the Mage Tower is a good decision.
Cool. What doth you do, Biggin?
I
right now when you're eating breakfast?
I wear the hat coming down, but I think I'm just with what I saw from the last party, from the party, and like all the alarms going off. Biggin did some thinking and put 2 and 2 together, and actually may have come up with 4 this time, because he kind of realizes that if there was one magical alarm, there might be more.
Sure.
So Biggin just considers leaving the inn under disguise, and then kind of like just coming out as himself and walking around as himself at this point, because if he just walks openly at this point, it'll be a lot easier for the crew to explain who he is than having to explain why magical alarms keep going off every time he's around.
Okay.
That's a good point.
All right, that's a thought.
Because if you're walking tripwire and you just keep walking shit around, and I mean, Biggin also has kind of realized that if Lando and Zanril, who were equally involved in all the shenanigans that went down, are not just setting off, are not just getting in fights left, right, and center and killing fuckers.
Equally involved?
I mean, Lando certainly was. Maybe not so much Zanril, but Lando certainly was in it for longer.
With all
What are you talking about?
Not the very beginning shenanigans.
I'm not even talking.
I didn't
about
do any.
More
I didn't do.
more recent with you.
No, not even the shenanigans involving me. But I mean, I gotta figure if this. I don't know how much information is traded, has been passed back and forth, but Beacon's gonna take a risk and just walk about openly and see if shit goes off, and then, well, if he has to, he'll just fly away again.
Okay. Cool. All right. So yeah, you're just walking out around town.
Solid reasoning to me.
All right. You guys approach the Mage's Tower. The guards ask who you are, Biggin.
I'm.
Leading the rest of the posse here.
Oh, good day. Hey, I'm a late traveling companion of these gentlemen, and a medical advisor to the great Zanril here.
Your
I would-
papers, sir?
Papers?
Papers.
He's
And
with me.
I
I'm with
need
him.
his
I'm part of
papers
his
still.
companies. I unfortunately I don't seem to have my papers with me at the moment.
Highly suspect, I say. Highly suspect.
And yet, might I reason with you, sir? How would I have been able to get into the city in the first place if I did not have papers?
That's why I'm
I-
asking. How
I
did
came
you
in-
get into the city indeed?
I came in as part of the trade delegation.
Well,
As part.
let's go to the front and see if any of the guards remember you, if that's the case. And then we should be clear as day to get through.
Shit.
Hold
Can I-
on.
Use my forgery kit to forge something up real quick. It's
But here's the issue. He has papers.
Oh wait, I do.
You've
Oh, wait, you're right. I do have fucking papers. I pull out. Wait, papers. Wait, and I hand him the papers.
Huh?
like, So, you say you're part of his party, you ain't got papers, now you suddenly have papers when we have to go to the guard.
I mean, admittedly, I'm a bit dim, and it's a wee bit early in the morning, lads. The caffeine has not yet kicked in, and admittedly, if you look at me, I'm covered in leaves. I normally live out in the forest. I'm not used to all this highfalutin bureaucracy that you're all about. I tend to go when I please.
Yeah, you say they look at your papers like, huh. Seems to check
I'm
out.
trying.
You say they
I'm
take
trying
some
to be as
notes.
charming as I can at this point.
You see they take some notes on some paper, like, you may enter as part of Zanril's group.
Ah, thank you, gentlemen. I apologize for the inconvenience.
Inconvenience, he says. And you see they're grumbling to each other.
And I just kind of do it's like, would you like a blessing of the great god Pan?
Nope. I do not know of which god you speak. I have never heard that god's name before. I shall not be receiving any blessings from you, kind sir.
Are you sure?
Yes.
The great god Pan is a harmless person, a wee imp, a trickster, if you might. Very nice fellow of the woods.
All the less I would like to have it, as you just mentioned him, to be a trickster god.
Very well.
And you see them take some more notes. Off your way, on your way. You guys head up.
thank you.
Head up the dais. As you guys are going up, do any of you guys turn around to look at the entrance?
Yeah, I shall.
Those guards
So
are
do I.
no longer there.
Right. Well, that's interesting.
They seem to have wandered off somewhere else. Where could they have gone? Nobody knows, except for me. Ha! Yeah, you guys get
We're all
to the
gonna
top.
die.
You guys get to the top, and Alcazar is fiddling with some potions as per usual. Calandril is in his tome stack, and a bunch of other researchers and mages are flitting around. They seem fairly comfortable with you guys, just kind of walking around doing you as well. Nobody seems to
Lando,
approach you.
I think you need to mention something about the sword.
Right.
Brother.
Am I saying this to Althazar?
Alcazar.
Alakazam.
There you go.
All right, Al. I
Weird
think
Al,
I got. Yeah, I got a fast one pulled over on me, by the last night, and I'm just gonna pull out the sword, and I'm just gonna be like, "Look at this. What is this?"
What happened to the sword there, Lando? What the hell happened? How is it not magical anymore? You see him like moving his like eyeglass down all of the notches trying to figure out what happened to the magic in it.
Little insight over here. Can
Yeah.
we?
Yeah, go for it. He seems thoroughly confused to you, just as bewildered as you guys were when you found out it was no longer magical.
Fair.
Same
Yep.
thing.
Generally confused.
Xanro, you actually feel like you're falling in love with Alcazar a little bit.
What the
Like how,
fuck?
just with like how like egregious he's been with having you guys there, how much he's helped you and your father, how much he's helped your your little brother. You just feel something in your heart, just like a kindred spirit connection, whatever you want to call it. Something about Alcazar makes you like trust him.
I see.
Like makes you want to spend more time with him.
Maybe
Well,
settle
if you
down.
say that,
Maybe have some
like,
children with him. Who knows?
there's beverages around, right?
Yeah.
What does he like to drink?
You don't know, so you'd have to ask one of the like assistants that are kind of flitting around the mage tower.
I could just ask Alcazar himself. Alcazar, what kind of drink do you want? Or what do you like?
Yeah, he's kind of like really like inspired. He's like, you know, I could go for a good brandy once in a while. Water's good when you're thirsty, and mead is my kind of standard go-to. And he's like, what the fuck? Yeah, I would say those three drinks are probably the most that I go for. And he's like really just like turning the
One
sword
right
over and
away.
over.
I'll get you one right away.
Thanks, I guess. And he's like just turning it. And he like as Xandro walks away, he turns to you guys. Isn't it a bit early for alcohol though?
Never.
Fair enough, brother. You said it. And he's turning and turning. He's like, huh. Lando, I got a question for you. Your sword there, Frankette.
Not a sword.
Sorry, your weapon there, Frankette. The flail.
It's a flail.
It's a magical flail.
A pole arm flail.
Is it she talks
That's
to
her
you?
favorite. Yeah.
Could I? Is there a way for me to talk to her at all? I got a couple questions for her.
Regarding.
It seems like the magic's been sucked out of the sword somehow, and I think she might have done something. I don't know. I've never seen a sword lose its magic like this before. It was definitely magical when you got it. Can you ask her, or can I ask her? I don't know how that whole thing works.
Okay, I'll ask her. I'll just be like, "What up? What'd you do?"
What you mean? I ain't do nothing. I ain't the one wiggling around with that sword, acting like I'm not standing right next to you here. Who the hell you think you is?
I did one. She's fucking Southern now. Are you kidding me?
Hey,
Come on, man.
She's fucking changing with the goddamn times. All right.
Am I doing? I guess I wanna. So she did do something. Or do you feel stronger at all over the last day?
She's like, man, I ain't feeling stronger. I'm a strong, independent woman without that thing, with or without you. I'm just as powerful as when I was with Ares as I am with you. You haven't even unlocked the last and final element of Frankette. And you about here trying to whip around another sword? Who the fuck you think you is, huh? You ain't even unlocked the last and final version.
How do I do that?
You gotta get stronger, boy, and stop fiddling around with other weapons. Weapons that ain't me.
Why is she Southern now? I don't get it.
Listen, I could not tell you, honestly. I think it might be because your butt got pinched by blood getting sucked out. It could just be the errands in Morven Hall. You're really not sure.
I expected her to just go, "Wouldn't you like to know?" and just walk away.
She's like, I ain't got any need to suck power out of some dumb weapon. That thing ain't shit compared to me. I ain't know why you fiddling with these other fillies.
Okay, but seriously though, where did this accent come from? I don't get it.
It really just came to me today. I could not tell you. It will probably go back when she leaves the Morven Hall, honestly. It's something about the Morven Hall makes me want to go southern, and I don't know why. I don't even, the name's not even southern sounding. It's just something about it. But yeah, from what you can tell, it doesn't seem like she did anything to the sword herself. Because she's strong without it. She doesn't need to absorb more powers or anything. That's what you diluted and dissected from that ornery conversation. She was not happy with you. Do you tell Alcazar at all, or do you what do you do with that information? Maybe while you're doing that, maybe Xanro comes back with whatever drink he decided to pick up for Alcazar.
Yeah, I slipped a pink potion in there.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
Oh shit, he's done fucking did it. Yeah, you know, Alcazar trusts you enough not to check whatever you gave him, so he just drinks it.
How do you like it?
It's real. Damn. You know, I haven't drank before during the day, and I might need to start doing that. How often you guys plan to come around here, by the way?
Don't know. Lando. I guess you could ask him more questions about the sword.
What's the pink potion?
Yeah, do you think we could talk to the king again? I feel like I've been gypped.
Yeah, I got you. What does the pink
bad
potion
word.
do? On
Infatuation for an hour.
That's what I thought. Okay, cool. So I just needed to verify that. It's not like a charm person spell, right? It's just infatuation.
Yeah, infatuation.
Cool, that's fine. Continue. You wanted to see the king? You were saying something else, Lando?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like I've been gypped. I just talked to Frankette. She didn't say anything about it. It's, I gotta.
He's like, well, this has been like these kinds of swords have been passed down the king's bloodline. I wonder if there's anything to do with that. You can go check, yeah, for sure. I've never tried to wield one of the swords. He's like, can I?
But I am the king. Aren't I the king's bloodline?
No, so Lando. So in dwarven culture, the bloodline only flows through sons. The daughters aren't considered part of it. It's real stupid, honestly. But it does keep both of us kind of out of the running in a sense, unless we somehow are the ones that kill the king. Ain't that a conundrum? You can become part of the bloodline if you kill the king, because then you start a new bloodline. But if you're from a daughter, you're not. That's so stupid, man. Anyways, yeah, that's how that shit works here. Don't know why. Don't know. They really need to fix something about that. That's horrible. Kind of shakes his head. He's like thinking about it for like it seems like the first time ever. Like actually thinking about how that sounds and like what that is. So he says that he can get you guys an audience with the king for sure.
Wonderful.
Okay. Nice.
Who's your friend, by the way?
Oh,
Never met him
hello.
before.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to meet you, sir. My name is Bigin, you might say. It's a pleasure. I'm a medical advisor to Zandril here. I was helping to treat his father who was not well.
Where have you been all this time? The rest of these guys have been coming up here past couple of days. Where have you been?
Oh, I had
Taking care
several
of my
errands.
dad.
I was taking care of his father, and I had several errands to run on my own. He's not my only patient. I just recently arrived as I received a letter from Zanril here to say that he needed my assistance. And he gave me the location. I only arrived yesterday.
Roll deception for me. You is lying. Okay.
Ooh. Oh.
Okay. You feel like you're fairly confident lying. The three of you guys obviously know this is a lie. And he's like, huh. All right, if you say so. Cool. Well, yeah. If you guys want to talk to the king, I can probably get you in there. He like kind of checks his watch. And what the watch is, it's a sundial. And when he looks at it, a small mini sun pops out, and it seems to track where the sun is in the sky. And it kind of points on the sundial. He's like, "I'll get you there in about an hour. Squeeze you in there." And then as soon as he looks
Okay.
away, the little sun sinks back into the watch, or sundial watch, whatever you want to call it. So you guys just gonna hang out here for an hour? Is that the game plan?
Sounds fine. I'd love to hear more about your work.
Okay. The rest of you boys.
So he says it's gonna take an hour to get an audience with the king.
Yep.
Or shit. Okay. I guess we look around for Hugo.
Oh, you're looking for Hugo? Yeah, he's on the top floor. Just take the dais and let one of the let one of the assistants know you're trying to go see Hugo. They're let you go see him.
Okay, sounds good.
So are all of you guys going to see Hugo? Biggin, Xanro,
Mm.
or Lando?
No,
Mailbase?
that's fine.
You guys all
I'm-
going to see
I'm-
Hugo?
Yes.
I'm very interested in seeing Hugo.
Okay. Lando, interested in seeing Hugo?
Remember,
I'll go.
Biggins only been here for like 2 days, so he's going where the crew is because he knows one, strength in numbers, and two, he's just looking for information.
Sure. Yeah, so you guys head up to the dais. One of the assistants lets you up to the top. You see, when you get to the top, you see just a massive room. There is plush couches. You see like a training area on the right side that seems to have collected a lot of dust, hasn't been used in a while. A kitchen with lots of sweets and like meat products are kind of around there, along with a bunch of alcohol. You see a like library with actual shelving and like books inside there, mostly depicting like heroes and adventure, like how to become the best you, blah blah blah, like kind of self-help book sort of thing. And the far corner, sleeping in a bed, you see a dwarf with curly blue hair and what you can only describe as matching Lando in terms of girth.
Is he like also another cousin or something?
You guys aren't sure. But this dude is snoring. He's sleeping.
Biggin, can you like transform into Alcazar for a moment?
Biggin.
I'm listening.
Yes,
I'm just. Sorry. Could you repeat the question again?
Can you transform into Alcazar for a moment?
At the hat? I mean, if you want me
Yeah.
to. What purpose does it serve?
Maybe when we talk with Hugo, we could get, some little more information if he has someone he knows right next to us, maybe.
I'm assuming detect magical. I'm assuming since I'm in a mage tower, there's a lot of magic around me.
Yeah.
Well, that lowers the likelihood of any alarms. Biggins' one concern. It's like, do you think that might set off an alarm if I just transform into Alcazar? What if the man were to walk in? When it might be a wee bit suspicious, don't you think? A bit risky.
Yeah, you saying that now, yeah, I guess so.
It seems to me that I'm sorry, guys. I got interrupted by one of my roommates there a minute ago. I had my mic muted, so I apologize. There's weird
Okay.
shit going on today, but it seems to me that while if Alcazar weren't here, transformation might be a very good idea. However, since we just saw the man and he's going to come and get us when we have an audience with the king, and well, my sleep deprived and caffeine deprived mind was rather silly with the guards. I've set off a lot of red flags as it is. I'd preferably not set off anymore.
Okay, sounds good. Who wants to talk with Hugo first?
He's still sleeping.
Millie will roll up to him, and does he actually look? Do the guards actually look like him, or he look like the guards in turn?
Go ahead and roll a perception check. Yeah, you think if this Hugo character lost about 150 pounds, might be close to what those guards look like.
Oh, I see. So he's just kind of running off the pension and.
No,
Okay.
like I said, the key thing that I think I mentioned was the training area is very dusty. Has not been used in many a year, perhaps.
Begin to walk around and just kind of like investigate, trying to figure out how like if there's anything to show why it's been neglected, or kind of see how long it's been since it's been used.
Yeah, go for it. Roll.
Am I rolling investigation or perception?
It's up to you. You can describe how you're perceiving it versus investigating it. I'm down for either.
Well, I'm guessing with my high passive perception, I'm noticing a lot of dust, cobwebs, things like that.
Yep.
I'll pick up one of the weapons and just test edges and kind of see like just by moving things and kind of looking around to see how much dust it weighs and see if I can judge time.
It's probably been 4 or 5 years. Yeah, probably been 4 or 5 years.
This room is in quite a state. Why has it not been used in, what, 5 years?
Millie will give him a little push and say, Hugo?
As you push him, you feel a hand quickly grab you from Hugo's right side, and he starts to pull you in until he's done cuddling with you.
Duh.
And you feel yourself get enveloped into the fat rolls.
Oh no! Oh no! It's
And-
Lando's
I'm
attack.
And you're feeling your arms and legs slowly get stuck.
Noticing this, Begin walks up and just kind of like tugs on the guy's ear, just to try and like apply pressure in a different direction to see if he'll release.
What is it now, Alcazar? My ear hurts.
Hugo, my name's not Alcazar. My name's Begin. Would you
Ugh.
mind releasing our friend? We have some questions for you, laddie.
Oh my. Oh God, not again.
Not again, what, laddie?
I don't really quite have control of all the muscles in my stomach anymore.
Wait, hold on. I'll look over at
and-
Lando.
and
I
when
not
you-
look over at Lando.
What
Like,
you
Lando,
see is
give me a hand.
Millie, your face is like in his man boob, and it's just like you're like getting suffocated because he's like trying to sit up now with both of the man boobs kind of pressing your head into the flesh.
I'm
Man,
like, I just look
we've
over
really
at Lando
taken
and
a
I'm like,
fucking
give me a
turn with
hand.
this session today. Jesus.
I
Lando,
honestly
give me a
didn't know if
hand
you were
getting
getting
him
to
out.
Hugo today. If I'm not gonna, I thought Hugo was gonna be a next week or week after sort of thing. I had a whole vision for him that you guys are getting to experience early. I'm excited.
I grab our artificer friend by the shoulder and I look over at Lando's like, give me a hand. We need to unstick him before he dies.
No, he got himself into this mess. He has to get out.
Fine. I just grab him and I try and haul him out.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a strength check. DC of 18.
Ooh,
Dirty,
Excellent.
a
Excellent.
dirty 20. I'll take
Yeah.
it.
You hear as you feel like your body gets like unstuck from like a adhesive, and
Oh God.
as you get pulled off, you see like dark imprints on his body from where you were, and it's just like the dirt from like when you like and like soot from like when you're working and tweaking on like tweaking oxy, like it's that kind of like soot, and then you look down at your arms and legs and body, you're less dark than you were before you walked out this morning.
I hand him a water skin. I'm like, you might want to wash your face, laddie.
Oh, you remind me to never let my curiosity push me again. Oh my god.
Indeed, son, indeed, my friend. I completely and totally understand.
I'm so glad you could get him off me. The last one died.
Oof.
I mean, the last one. Did you have someone trapped in there, my old son?
For about a week, I don't get up much anymore. I just lay here. Alcazar does his thing. I get to sleep. About
What?
you
I'll
know.
just kind of like sit there. It's like, can I? Are you hungry, laddie? I start like I pull out rations, like
He's
jerky,
like, oh,
and
I don't need that. Get me the stuff from the kitchen, new assistant.
there's a kitchen.
Yes, over there. And you see a ton of sweets and like meat and pies.
I
like, meat
assemble
pies and
I just assemble a plate and I bring it to him, and I say, laddie, what exactly does Alcazar do to you?
Oh, he just has me turn on my side and then he takes some blood and then he leaves. And I get to live here for free and they give me food and drink and everything I could need.
He
It's
keeps
quite
you in
the
the.
life.
This is a training room, like a combat training room.
Oh, yes, there was a time when I used to keep myself fit and useful. But then, a few years ago, I thought, what's the point? They don't need me to train the clones. They just need my body for the clones. And
I
then
listen. I hear all of this, and I say, "Well, you're a great warrior, son, of a long warrior tradition."
who's to say? I've beaten a giant back in my day, beaten a dragon back in my day. Hell, I've even punched Alcazar back in my day.
You don't say, sir. And I sit down and I pull out some and I look around. I get up, look around. Is there any beer or any kind of good drink he might enjoy
No, it is
aside from
morning.
water?
The assistants
Okay.
have not brought up any alcohol as it is still
Okay.
morning.
So I'll pull a water skin out. It's like, I couldn't find anything to drink, sir, but here, have some water.
Oh, yes, good news, servant. You are big, and I will tell Alcazar to give you a raise. You are doing quite good on the customer service side.
Oh, you're very, very kind, sir. About this. Now, so you were selected because of your prowess.
I assume.
Has Alcazar been successful in cloning not just your tissues, your body, but your ability as well?
That's a question for Alcazar. All I know is that my clones are the entire guard of the king. And you see him kind of like putting his hands up in the air and like his eyes, he's like looking up at the sky and he seems very proud of himself. As if he's done some
I'm
great feat.
surreptitiously going to do a detect magic on him to see if he's had any like kind of like mind alteration spells on him.
Sure.
Let's see. I can use Fearbold Magic, Disguise Self, or Detect Magic. So I'll use that as my I'll use that as a racial trait. And so Detect Magic. You want me to roll what? Detect Magic works as
Post in the chat.
Yep. Submit.
Hugo is magical.
He himself is magical, but I can't tell what kind of magic.
Nope.
He's a magical fat blob.
Okay, so then I'll use. I'd like to see if I can
blob.
divine any further magic on him, like if I can recognize the type of magic that's been cast upon him. So with my knowledge of Arcana.
Good roll. He is
Oof.
magical. You can't quite tell what kind of magic, but there's some kind of magic on about him. That is for sure.
My friend, Alcazar did ask me to try just one thing on you, sir. A possible improvement for the future clones. Would you mind just standing still and allowing me to run my test, sir?
You see him press the button, and like it says warning, warning, intruder detected, warning, warning. He's like,
Now, why did you do that, sir?
Because you're not an assistant. If you were a real assistant, you would know I haven't had my feet touch the ground in 2 years, you fool. You thought you could trick the cunning Hugo. And then you see Alcazar kind of go up the dais, and he looks so done with Hugo. He's so frustrated. He's like, yes, Hugo. What? Who's the intruder? What's happening now? That one! The one that's sitting next to me! The Fearbulk! He thinks that I can stand, and he said he's your assistant. He's a liar! Get him out of here! Alcazar's like, no, nope, I won't do that, Hugo. He's a friend of Zanril.
I'll look at Alcazar and I say, I never said that was your assistant.
I bet
he
you didn't.
inferred I was your assistant.
Yep, I bet you didn't. He thinks everyone who comes up here is my assistant.
All I did was give the man food. Is he all right in the head?
Nope, he's not. Which is why we've had to clone him for the past 10 years. He had a bad fall, and it knocked his noggin a little lopsided, you could say. And
I could try and fix it.
Listen. I've tried real hard. Some things cannot be fixed with magic without making other things get worse. So now we clone Hugo to get a better copy of him for the guard, and haven't quite gotten to his prowess yet, but we're working on it, so we're still doing tweaks.
Out of curiosity, if I were just table talk here, reading heal, it restores 70 HP, and it ends blindness, deafness, and any disease affecting the target. So disease normally is a virus or something, correct? But could a mental illness also be considered a disease? So could it not technically heal any kind of any damage caused by him taking one too many whacks to the head and having him return to his right mind? Because what is mental illness but a disease of the mind? And if this was brought on by trauma, cranial trauma, then it's quite possible that if you heal all the connective tissue and cure the trauma to the point where it's as if the trauma never occurred, then potentially the brain itself might the additional mental trauma, the personality trauma might actually be healed in its own right.
He's making a lot of sense.
Any input, Lando Zanro, about this idea?
This is just a table talk idea. This is literally just it's like I burn this. It's like I can't use it. It's like I've only got like lower level heal spells, but I can do it. I can upcast those spells at higher levels. It's more just like if I do this, we could have a pretty useful ally.
If it's a disease, I do have the Elixir of Health, so you don't need to spend a spell slot. It cures any disease afflicting you, removes blinded, deafened, paralyzed, poison conditions, etc.
Let's ask Alcazar then. Alcazar.
Yep.
What methods did you use to try and treat the man?
We've given him all sorts of potions, and I got a priest here, cleric, as they say. He did some stuff, and nothing.
What exactly did he cast on the man?
Listen, man,
Can I
I
speak
don't.
with the priest?
That cleric is long gone, man. I don't know, dude. They did a lot of stuff to Hugo. It's not like a disease or anything that they could find. It's just like he's off now, and they don't know how to fix that.
I see.
Try if you'd like. I ain't got no problem with you trying to fix him. It'd be great if we could get him back up to shape. Then I could get him to train them. He could like train our normal guards. We can stop cloning him. Then we don't have every single fucking guard and their moms literally get it because they're all from the same mom. Points at Hugo. Say the same thing to the king whenever they say him something. God, that's annoying. And you can get him training again. We could just train normal people. But yeah, this is where we're at right now. From my cost perspective, this is the cheapest option.
I look at Xandril. Did you try giving him what was the elixir called again?
Elixir of health.
Yep.
An elixir.
That was the third thing we gave him.
Hmm. Yeah, I think then we should hold off. I don't think I can fix it then. Because if it's not a disease, and literally in the rules, rules as written, it says disease. And I mean, I could rules lawyer medical knowledge and describe mental illness
It's not a
as
mental
a
illness.
disease, but
It's not a mental illness.
well, no, it's not mental illness, but it's trauma.
It's also
It's
trauma.
technically personality change brought on by gross physical trauma.
You're
So
not
it's
sure.
technically not a disease.
You're not sure about that.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
You can make that guess. I'm just saying they tried a bunch of stuff.
Can I use the detect magic thing again and then see what kind of magic it is? With
You
our
can-
Arcana check.
Yeah, you could try. Hell yeah.
Holy shit.
So 24, you can tell there's been a sort of like curse and suppression placed on him.
Mm.
One that cannot be fixed by remove curse in a similar way that your father has been cursed.
Oh shit.
You have to kill the
like?
source.
So it's like, okay. So the king.
You're not
Okay.
sure if it's the king for this one. It's still that ancient divine, or not divine, just ancient magic that is afflicting Hugo, but you just don't know if it's the king.
Do I notice any change in Xandril's face as he kind of comes to this realization?
I don't know. Do you have any facial expression? You're the one who's the master of masks, literally and figuratively.
Probably not. Just probably be like, okay.
But yeah, there's a like strong suppression placed upon Hugo that has seemed to drain him. Not in the way that it's drained your father, in the sense that they're trying to kill him. They're just trying to keep him from reaching his heights that he was once at before. Which is why, perhaps, in the past 10 years, he's fallen to this state that he's in right now.
Okay. Gotcha.
But yeah, you just hear officers saying, yeah, they have no idea, and I got nothing. And it's very frustrating. He used to be great at fighting, at teaching. Really helpful for us to get our military, really like just to be getting close to Mithril Hall and Mirabar in terms of strength, but well, you know, when you lose your best teacher, you just, I guess, clone him. I guess that's what we do.
Just wait. Lose your best teacher? Who was the teacher?
Who
was his student?
Every single knight in our military and all the guards.
Was the king trained underneath him as well or something, or?
No, king has his own separate tutor. Kings typically go to Mithril Hall and Mirabar to train under their best teachers, and we get their sons as like kind of like they kind of like bring them around to the different dwarven kingdoms, and that way they learn from the best of every single place. But you don't from your kingdom learn from the best swords master at your town, because you get taught by your father instead, who is, quote, and he does this in quotes, the best around.
Okay. How's getting the audience with the king going?
Yeah. Like I said, in about 45 minutes, you'll probably be able to get down there and do that.
Okay, sounds good.
Insight check.
Yeah, good. Seems to be telling the truth. You had no reason to not believe Alcazar? Or were you inside checking Xandril? I don't know who you're inside checking.
No,
Yeah, I was going to say Alcazar.
Alcazar.
Yeah, he seems to be telling the truth. Like I said, throughout this entire process with all of you guys have had no reason to think that Alcazar lies to you.
Okay, fair enough.
And all of your insight checks have told you that, essentially, as well. Feel free to keep doing it. I'm just letting you know.
He'll step up eventually. We'll get him.
He won't roll nat 20s every time, boys. Don't worry. It's statistically
shame I can't-
impossible.
It's a shame I cannot. I'm unable to heal him. It's a shame to see a man struck so low.
Yeah.
And I'll walk over to Xandril and just look at him, just kind of raise an eyebrow at him to see if he gives me any kind of indication.
What would he be giving you an indication for, man?
To see what he saw, because I saw him look at him. I'm pretty sure I would notice Xandril doing his own kind of magical investigation. So
Yeah, like I said, as per normal, Xandril didn't have any facial expression changes, so
all right, he'll tell me when he wants to.
yeah.
I'm just waiting for Alcazar to leave.
He's like, well,
That's all.
there's nothing else. You go. They don't work for me. They're here as guests. Do you want them to leave? And he goes like, but then who will feed me? Who will feed Hugo? He's like, I'll get an assistant or someone to come up here and feed you. He's like, then they can leave. Yes, they can leave. He waves you guys off, and he goes back to sleep.
It's a similar curse, but not as bad as my father's.
Not as bad or different?
Not as bad. It doesn't kill, it just suppresses a lot of the capabilities of this individual.
Might have happened in his last fight.
Maybe. But if anything, I think the king would have some answers.
Very well.
Lando,
I'll-
is it fine to like kill, I guess, your blood? I'm sorry I haven't asked before, but
Are we wait? Is Alcazar still? I'm assuming Alcazar is left.
No, Alcazar left, yeah. 'Cause after
Yeah,
you said you guys-
I'm assuming we haven't followed yet, right?
No, Hugo's sleeping. You guys are up there.
And so we're just sitting here talking while Hugo's still passed out.
Yep.
oh,
Well, we're not even sure it's the king. I mean, ugh,
time
sometimes,
is running short.
admittedly,
and I need to kill someone.
He's like, it's been too long. The blood calls to me.
I look at him. I'm like, is it like the need to kill? Is it like a job? Is it like a job or a need? Like you owe someone a favor.
Okay, it's either my father dies or this bitch dies, okay? So,
Do you happen to have? So you were given the king as a target then?
no, it's not a king as a target. Someone cursed my father. We've been figuring it out, and a lot of the evidence lies to him.
Very well.
Like, remnants of the cursed magic is being left on wherever he goes, where he sat, where he, his throne room, essentially. That's where a lot of the magic is.
I have every faith in you, sir.
And
You point me in the direction, I will level it.
As you guys say that, you feel like the air go still, and the temperature starts to drop in the room.
That's not good.
Then you hear like a creaking behind you guys, and you see Hugo's body is starting to lift into the air slowly. Then the sheets fall away from him, and he kind of turns towards you, his eyes wide open, piercing blue, looking at you guys. And he says, "The curse will follow you forever.
Oh,
Outrun it if you must try, but it will get you in the end. Run, 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 little ones. It will find you. Be careful. Don't die." And then Hugo falls immediately to the floor.
The curse will find you, little ones. Run, run, run. You don't die. No, fight it if you must.
I'm not little. I'm 6'9".
Yeah, Hugo has fallen face flat onto the ground, and he's no longer snoring, and you guys hear no noise from him.
I
Wow.
walk up to him and check his pulse.
He is dead.
That's not good. I'll look over at Xandril. It's like I'll look over at Lando. Go get God, I can't even get the guy's. I was saying the guy's name 5 minutes ago.
Alcazar.
Yeah, go get
Alcazar.
Alcazar. Go get Alcazar. Go get
Why would I-
Alcazar.
Why would I do that? This
He
seems
He
like
just
a perfect.
died. We don't want to be accused of murdering him. We don't want any more red flags. Go get Alcazar.
Tell him he died of diabetes.
it's in the name.
All right, I'll go do it.
Thank you, Lando. Tell him he died a peaceful death while enjoying his sweets.
Lando, yeah, you head down the dais. What do you tell Alcazar to get him to come up there?
I'll just be like, hey man, we ran into a problem with that Hugo guy. He kind of
Oh, yeah?
floated
What
for a little
happened?
bit. Somebody talked, and I don't know. I think you should come take a look. Again, this literally just happened. This is the first thing I'm doing, so I hope that you don't think that we did anything wrong here. I'm just trying to let you know. You know how it is.
He's like, what the fuck? All right. He walks over and he goes in the dais with you, and he's like, okay, what? Is he dead? Did
I look
Hugo
up-
fucking die?
I look over to him and say, let me explain. And I explain how after he walked away, we were talking and we continued to have our own conversation. And we noted that the room had gotten very, very cold. Air seemed to stop circulating. He floated up into the air with the sheet falling away from him. And he spoke the words, "The curse will find you, little ones. It will follow you to the end. Fight it if you must. Run, run, run. You must not run, run, run. If you must, do not die."
You see Alcazar is just like, if my day couldn't get any fucking worse.
And I immediately went to check his pulse, and he's stone dead.
Can you revive him or something?
I haven't tried. I can
Can you?
try.
Please?
I need diamonds.
I have one. So Millie Base has one diamond for a purpose like this, but he's hesitant to actually want to use it.
Reasonable. He's like, listen, whatever the cost is, like, we need to get Hugo back. Just let me know what you guys need. I can get that for you.
Revivify's a
diamonds.
level 3 spell?
All
What
right,
do I have? You have Revivify. What do I have Revivify as well. Do you want to cast it or should I? Because I have how many level 3 spell slots do I have?
Time's a ticking.
I
brother.
have 3. So throw me the. I'm like, give me a diamond and I'll do it.
Millie will produce a diamond and say, "I think this works better if we help each other." And then he's like, "I've never had to do this in real life," and he's
Done it
gonna
once, and I
help
take the
use Revivify.
diamond. Yeah, give me a hand. I take the diamond and I cast Revivify.
Yeah, so as you do that, the spell fizzles. The diamond disappears. and Hugo does not return back to life.
Did we mess that up? Did we botch it?
I think it might have been too long.
You guys
No.
can say with certainty it did not take too long. You guys were at the very tail end of it, but it didn't take too long.
As long as it's within a minute.
I want to. I'll look over at Alcazar. It's like the spell failed. We had that. We were within the time. We were within the minute, but it failed, as if it was blocked.
You see him kind of scratch his head. He's like,
I've never seen that.
huh.
Did someone counterspell our revivify?
Did
How do we
someone
check that?
counterspell your Revivify? Indeed.
I mean, I have a 21 perception. I figure I might have caught something.
Not while you're in the middle of chanting and casting a spell.
That's true. I'm too focused. Did anyone else? No, I guess I do have the highest passive perception.
But yours gets negated. You and Millie.
I know.
Negated.
We're both negated, so it's like it's literally did. So I guess both Lando and Xandril are too low to have noticed anything.
Maybe.
I'll look over at Xandril and Lando. It's like, did you notice anything, laddies? Think.
If it's an ancient curse, I don't think Revivify could do anything about that. Maybe it's permanent death afterwards. Because it would, like, in our situation, let's say my father does die, then we could cast Revivify and he'd be back. Then wouldn't be that huge of an issue, right?
I'll look at.
You see
I'll look
Alcazar kind
over
of
at
think,
him.
and he's like, "Holy fuck!
Did you know the man was under a curse?
No, what the fuck? Why would I know he was under? I thought he just had brain damage of some kind that couldn't be fixed. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't do any healing magic. I do other shit. I do shit that like improves the world in ways that were never been seen before. I'm not a cleric. I don't heal people. That's not my area of expertise. I'm good at a lot of things. All right, a lot of things. Healing magic is not my forte. So I trusted the druids and the clerics and the other healers that came through and said, he's done for. You just gotta let him breathe. Let him sit here and do his thing.
Yeah. I don't think they wanted to deal with an ancient curse kind of scenario.
That's no good.
It's like, well, we gotta go see the king now. Hugo's dead. That means we have to figure out a different way to get him guards and soldiers.
Since he was a clone, is he linked in any way to the clone?
Fuck.
To the other clones?
I didn't think about that. And then he just starts running to the dais.
We all run after him. I
No.
give chase. Begin is immediately like, let's go.
As you guys start lowering the dais, you notice normal guards, not Hugo clones, have started accumulating outside between the mage tower and the king's audience chamber. It seems like every single guard and maybe militia person is out kind of in the middle there. As you guys keep heading down to the bottom, the king goes, "Is Hugo fucking dead? What the fuck just happened? All the fucking guards just disappeared. What the fuck, guys? What the actual... You know how many clones we had?" I was like, "Yeah, fucking 500,000.
500,000. Begin his mind just stops. He's like, fucking, that's a number. It's a little big for him.
And you hear Leon confused, like, "You know how fucked we are, guys? Do you know how fucked we are, guys?" And as he's kind of like losing his shit for the first time, as you guys have ever seen, you guys hear a roar in the background. It chills all of you to your core and makes you feel like it's time to die.